Greetings. This is my first review of a story. My first anything on YouTube, really. I'm doing a review on the Cold War. Overall, it was an okay story. It was good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad story. I've got a bit of hair in my way. And yeah, it was okay. You know, it wasn't bad. The Ice Warriors armor was good. I like that. And what let it down for me was the creature inside. By the fact that it had spindly fingers, long thin fingers. I'd always imagine that the Ice Warriors were a lot more stockier inside their armour. And so I think that was the only bit that sort of spot. The head was okay. Wasn't too bad. But yeah, I mean, to me, the Ice Warriors armour is what it was. It's an armour, like a human putting on a knight's armour. But the way that it was skipping around in the submarine made it like, you know, it could be small. But and it just fits inside the carapace, which is like a Khalid with a Dalek casing. If they try, if that's what that's trying to, what it's trying to come across as, it didn't work for me. I would have thought the Ice Warrior was bipedal and stockier inside the armour. I liked Clara in this episode. Thought she was that was very good, especially the scene between her and David Warner's character. Matt Smith, 11th Doctor, was, you know, he was always on top of it. His portrayal of the Doctor is the only one that saves these stories. I think it's a shame, because I'd like it to be like the 5th season. I enjoyed them run stories. They were good, and first part of the 6th season. You know, it was really, you know, I thought, yeah, this is really good, you know, character for him. Good 11th Doctor. But second one of the 6th season and the rest of these ones, it's just seems to be lacking something. I don't know, maybe for me it's the lack of cliffhangers. I've diverged away from Cold War, haven't I? But that is, to me, I feels like it's lacking the cliffhangers. Where it used to be the Doctor and companion get in peril, music comes on, how they're going to get out of this predicament. Part 2 would be the creature enemy reveal. End of that one. So, you know, there's always the excitement of waiting. This is how the Doctor's going to get out of this, and the companion, how they're going to get out of this predicament that they've found themselves in. So yeah, that's what it seems. That's what it's missing for me. Back to Cold War. Yeah, you know, the Russians speaking English. It could have started in Russian with captions before the TARDIS arrived, and then the nice little scene with the Doctor explaining how they're all understanding each other. Having the heads back on, you know, that's okay, you know. But will this happen all the time, or is it just going to be like it was that once when it was in Krotons? And, you know, was the TARDIS really under attack? You know, it probably put it in there so like they couldn't escape in the TARDIS, maybe. But yeah, I mean, what I've noticed since the Christmas one, the Snowmen, are they putting in classic enemies and making references to the old series, the classic series, i.e., Great Intelligence, Second Doctor, Ice Warriors, Second Doctor, Cybermen, Second Doctor, mostly, and mentioning Susan, bring back the Hads, and also with Cold War, with it being 1983, 20th anniversary year, that was on Doctor Who. So will there be more sort of like references and sort of sidelines to the classic series to appease the older fans of the classic series? So yeah, well, that's basically more or less wraps up my take on Cold War. Glaze over Rings of Akhaten, you know, that started off okay, as previously mentioning Susan. Then the story just petered away. I mean, you know, the Doctor used to defeat the villains on monsters by using something that had turned up in the story previously. Sort of like it was in episode 1, then hang on out in episode 4. We can use that to destroy them. Or they're caught out in their own petard, you know, and things like that. All this, I don't know, this sentimental offerings, or, you know, defeating them through this, you know, we've seen it happen quite a few times in lately with this series. I mean, the Cybermen for one, you know. I can't think of what other ones there were, but you know, the Doctors defeat his enemies by outwitting them, catching them out in their own petard, and using their weapons against them and things like that. It just, you know, it's just like, what shall I do? How shall I get rid of them? Talk them to death. Sentimental them to death. So I mean, it just deflates it for me. The Bells of St. John was okay, but with Stephen Moffat's stories, I feel like he's using special effects for special effects' sake, i.e. the anti-gravity motorbike going up the side of the Shard, the TARDIS on the cloud, and Statue of Liberty in the Angels Take Manhattan. Yeah, so it's TARDIS on the clouds, probably put there so Clara can fall off the ladder. Or she could have fallen off the building, top of the roof, or something like that. I mean, from that height, where she fell off, would have just finished her, wouldn't it? Really, I mean, it was bang straight on the back of the head, splat. If it's from the top of the house, you know, maybe, you know, could have serious injuries for a while and then die of the injuries from there. Yeah, so you know, it's the good point about Rings of Akhaten, or whatever it was called. Special effects there were to enhance the story. That was the good point about it. You know, the asteroids and the people on the asteroid planets, asteroid thing. So yeah, it enhanced the story. And having the sun god thing, whatever it was, and the Doctor doing his flash Gordon bit on the moped going from the asteroid to the other asteroid, and yeah, no, reminded me of Flash Gordon, that bit. And half expecting the tune, dun 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 dun, Doctor, he saved every one of us. I can just imagine that. But anyway, yeah, maybe someone will splice Flash Gordon and that Doctor Who bit together. But yeah. And we've got, how much time we've got? 10 minutes. Briefly go on to the snowmen. Well, at least it was, again, my own opinion, my own take, was far better than the last two Matt Smith's Christmas special. For me, that was just a pantomime. That's a Doctor Who Christmas pantomime, yeah, sort of, you know. Just, you know, I just went, you know, will save me a few quid, I won't be getting them DVDs. So, yeah, the snowmen. Great that you got the great intelligence there. But using snowmen, I mean, it wasn't terrifying, you know. It wasn't terrifying at all. Gimmicky. That's another sort of feel I got about it. It's all gimmicky. And you know, the great intelligence wasn't used to its full potential. I suppose it just used the snow and the snowmen because that was the only thing that was there it could do, possibly. And again, another little throwback to the classic series with the Doctor mentioning the underground map, London Underground map, on his tin. But yeah, it was Snowman was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It was run of the mill. Could have been better, but unfortunately, just fell short. And again, I think the other sort of complaint what most people have got is this overindulgence of Doctor Who sort of thing. It's yeah, we'll see how that one unravels. I think that's basically my little thoughts on what's happening so far. Yeah, so we'll see how what's next week's one. Yeah, Hyde, isn't it, or something like that? See what that one's like. It's got ghosts in it, so see what little nod to the past we have in that one. So yeah. Also, what I'd like to say before my time is up, if this is successful and I'm going to download it, okay, look out for my my take, my story on the Time War. It took me about 3 years to write. Yeah, this is my version of facts, events that happened in the Time War. So if this gets downloaded, it'll be unfortunately it won't be anything like a Batman Arch storytelling with the figures. Basically, I haven't got enough figures, and a lot more people involved. So yeah, sorry, I was disguised as some figures over there. Figures over there, and yeah. Anyway, so look out for that. If I've downloaded this all good and well, so yeah, look out for that, and ciao for now.